Hi creative friends, this is Soraya and thank you so much for being here. So I allowed everything to dry, and what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to start using my painter's tape. I have a tendency to cover stuff up that I want to keep, and I mean cover it up with paint. So when I put the painter's tape down, it's like it's like a stop sign. Like I can't cover it up. So that is really helpful for me because I tend to have a very heavy hand. And once I get into painting and I'm in the zone, I kind of like just tend to forget, and I'm like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, and then I end up covering up stuff that later on I'm like, oh my god, I wanted to keep that. So what I'm gonna do is just randomly cover up parts of the painting that I absolutely know I want to keep. And the great thing about painter's tape is twofold. The first thing is when you do end up ripping it off, it doesn't take off the top layer of the paper. You just like, I'm just really gentle, like, when I take it off, I don't like rip it off. But that being said, I have been really gentle with other kinds of tape and they tend to pull off the top layer, which I don't want. And the second other great thing about using painter's tape is that, just say I get into my 5th or 6th layer and I go, oh, you know what, I want to cover this up. Well, you can just pull it off and cover it up. Like, you know what I mean? Whereas if I keep something and then later on I want to cover it up, that's totally fine. But if I cover it up, I can't get it back. So yeah, and it helps me because it just makes a decision for me, so I don't have to think about it. So I'm just putting that down. I don't know if I want to keep this part here. I may, because it kind of echoes the, the red, the red, the red, the red. So yeah, and let me see over here. Another thing, you guys, is because I have been working on trying my best to keep a busy background and a busy foreground. Not like super busy, but I don't want to cover everything up. Like generally my tendency is to go in, cover up the whole entire background because it scrambles up my brain and I can't think. But this helps me too with retaining parts of the background so that, even if I want to cover it up, I override my tendency by putting the painter's tape. So I've covered up quite a lot, you guys. Anyways, in my last video, I talked about, when I put chalk paint down and like I've allowed it to completely dry. And I think what I did is I mixed my cashew chalk paint with this Italian acrylic paint, and it's a mid-grade paint. It's not super expensive, but see, it says made in Italy and it's called Acryl Primo. It's a Primo brand. Primo, I love Primo. I have this Primo Gold fabric paint and I absolutely love it. It is so lush and delicious, and just it goes on so well. So fabric paints are great, you guys, just because their consistency is really high quality, I find. So I do not have a cheap ballpoint pen in my studio. I probably do, but I don't know where it is because my studios are just a mess because I'm cleaning it up. But I have the Stabilo pen, and I'm gonna put it over top of this chalk paint mixture, and I just want you to see like how well it takes. And it will do it with a ballpoint pen, with anything really, but it just really goes on so well. And it's the chalk, it's the chalkiness, it's just such a great ground for anything you might want to do. Like you could make patterns, you could write. And now this is not a very thick pen, it's actually a super thin pen, so I might actually try to find a thicker brush pen here because I just want some of this to be a little thicker. But it just takes so well, and you can have like the cheapest ballpoint pen and it will really zing, right? Like I don't want to make it too thick everywhere, but I want it to be like, but do you see how expressive that is? And the chalk paint just really is a great ground, and you can mix it with any other water-based media, and it just is so amazing. And I think, you guys, honestly, that is one of the main reasons why my pages don't stick in my art journal anymore, is because I do use chalk paint, because it's like really like gritty. It's got like it's not gritty. If you touch it, it's very smooth, but it's got like that like chalky quality, so it doesn't stick. And I also use matte. I also use like, see, I use my Mod Podge is in matte. Matte, you guys. Don't go with glossy. That's what I found anyways. You know, maybe everybody's different, I don't know, but that was my experience. And yeah, if you've ever had your art journal pages stick, then you know what just a horrible disaster that is. And heartbreaking. I cried and cried and cried. And honestly, you guys, I think I mix my chalk paint with this turquoise as well. Yeah, I did. See, right over here, I can tell. So I mixed it, and like, it just really just, oh, it's just such a beautiful ground. And I don't know if I want to put a pattern on the neck right now. I think I might want to cover this part up. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see here. Do I want to cover this part up? So you guys, I think I mentioned that because I signed up for Connie Solera's Reset, it's a free half-an-hour class, I discovered, which I completely forgot, that I had signed up for one of like her Painting the Feminine class, like, I don't know, however many years ago, 3, 4, 5 years, 4 years ago maybe. And I didn't take the whole class. Like, I didn't complete all the lessons, and it's still there. And I'm gonna go back. I probably worked through 40% of the class, and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna start from like the first class. So, you know, in my stuff going forward, you might see a lot of like Connie-esque kind of things going on, and that's why, is because I'm gonna be just really immersing myself in the class, because, you know, I've changed in 4 years. My art has changed, and I'm just really excited. I think it's a perfect time actually for me to dive in again. So now I feel like that is a lot better. That red was not sitting well with me, and now like I'm gonna see, like, see, there's yellow, there's too much yellow and yellow and yellow and yellow. So I feel like it's too yellow dominated, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just I'm not feeling it. But also too, I don't know what color to use. There's some pinks over there, but I don't know if I bring the pinks over there, is it gonna, I don't know, is it gonna be, I don't know. I'm trying to go into the, you know, just lean into what I love, like love what you love, rather than, oh, does it, you know, is it gonna make sense, you know? Yeah, I'm just trying to kind of do more of that, which is, I've got to keep on reminding myself, you guys, and I don't know about you guys, but I write little blurbs like of things, and I stick it above my workstation, like my desk over here. I'll stick it on like by the window over here in front of me, and it's just like, okay, love what you love, you know, whatever, you know, just like little things to just keep me on track, you know. So when I start second guessing myself, and I start questioning myself, and I go, oh, I don't know, I look at it and I'm like, oh, okay, love what you love. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's garish. It's okay. Garish is okay. Like, right? You know, for some reason, you guys, I don't know what it is, but I think this goes back to like when I first started using like, you know, really bright colors that I love. I don't know what kind of, I really don't know. Maybe it's just particular to me, but I just had this like obscene fear of things of being garish. Like, you know, like, oh my God, that's so cringe. That's so garish. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm trying to like really get into the nuts and bolts of it in my studio log, because and it might seem like a small thing, you guys, but it's actually not. And let me just share something while I'm working here. Let me just share something that Connie has been sharing in her Reset class, because I've been listening to it diligently. Probably gonna listened to her stuff like 2 or 3 times, but and I don't feel bad, like, you know, sharing this because it is a free class, you guys. You guys can just go to her Instagram and sign up for it. It's completely free. It's a 2.5-hour class. But one of the things she said is, you don't have to like what you paint. You just have to paint it. I think that's great. That's, you know, that's a great adage, okay? But another thing she talks about is how she obsessively, and she used that word, documents her, you know, her art progress. Like, she takes a lot of photos and she writes a lot in her studio log. And this is what I meant when I was saying, you know, I made a video a while ago about your visual language, I think a couple of weeks ago, about your visual language and how to strengthen it. And one of the things is, yeah, become obsessed with your work, become obsessed with your visual language. Now, I don't tend to take a ton of photographs. I wish I did, honestly, but I do write about it a lot. But you know, you got to do what works for you, right? I think if I had to take like so many photographs, it would be another, like, it would just be another job for me. That would like, I wouldn't want to do that as much, you know. And for me, writing is just a natural kind of a thing, and I love writing. It's cathartic, it's informative, it gets me in touch with the deeper layers, like it's my jam, right? So I do a lot of writing, but whatever works for you, because the key is consistency. But Connie talked about how she has obsessively documented her painting journey with photographs and her studio log and stuff like that. And you know, I think, yeah, that's what you need to do, you guys, because that's how you get a really strong visual language. That's how you get in touch with, like, hey, this is my visual language. You become obsessed with it. You become, you know, knowledgeable about the things that you love, the things that you are repulsed by, the things that you find interesting, the, you know, what lights you up, what Connie says, you know, she wants her cells to sizzle. And even the challenges in painting and on her art journey, the challenges make her cells sizzle. Those are exact words. And I just love that, because I'm like, yes, exactly, right? You want to know what gives you that juice. And what gives you that juice is gonna be, it's not gonna give somebody else that juice. It's giving you the juice, right? It's your cells, it's your visual language, it's your sizzling, right? So I think that's why it's so important to become intimate and obsessed and you know, just, yeah, maybe at times consumed by your visual language, because that's how you strengthen it. So I just wanted to share some of those Connieisms, because I think it's, ooh, I put way too much of that, you guys. Ooh, yikes. Didn't mean to do that, but I guess we're gonna go with it. So I am getting a little more adventurous with night purples, you guys, a little bit. Yeah, like that is not a purple I like. I like the dark purple, so, but you know, it mixed with the pink, so yeah. Ooh. So what I'm gonna do, you guys, is I'm gonna put this out in the sun and let it dry. And because I'm cleaning up my studio, I am going to set up an art table outside, and I'm gonna paint, do some painting outside, which I won't be able to record, but I might be able to make some shorts maybe. And that's gonna be, I'm looking forward to that, because I paint differently when I'm outside, you guys. It's just so much more freeing. I can get my water spray bottle and go to town, and yeah. Okay, we're just gonna kind of go like so. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this here, and I'm gonna let it dry. And if you've watched all the way to the end, thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.